Vic Van asks, how do you better handle FOMO when the urge keeps arising? And especially in crypto, I think there's just a lot of FOMO when you look at a lot of things. So I mean, before you answer, I'll just say that a big way that I handle it is, you mentioned don't make like quick decisions. Like you made that kind of like game time decision when you were walking out the door, and you made a mistake because you were going too fast. I've definitely done that multiple times, and what I've kind of landed on is a lot of times when I want to do something, I'll kind of write it down, and then I'll revisit it a few times, over the course of like a couple days or even a couple weeks if it's a really big decision. Um, and that kind of gives me time to really think it through, think about the positives, think about the negatives. So that's kind of my strategy for avoiding FOMO is actually just to stretch out the timeline. But I'm curious, what's your strategy for approaching that?
Yeah, that's really smart, man. Stretching out the timeline. That shit needs to be pinned to the top, dude. Stretch it out, boys. Because yeah, acting too quick is not the way to do it. For me, I would say yes, definitely stretch out the timeline. That's something I do. Breathe, take your time. But a huge, huge factor in what prevents me from feeling that FOMO to where it eats you up is realizing that this is not the last chance that you'll have. And it's something really important to drill into your head is that you're in a space that is so volatile and absolutely insane by all measures of any other space in this world that you have so many chances. But you have to look at it in terms of you don't need to chase every single one of those. So what's best to do is to go if you're unsure about something or you're feeling antsy and you're going, "Oh, I need to like I have to hit this. I need this 100x or my bills need to be paid or something needs to happen." You have to look at the root of what that FOMO is coming from. Is it because you're financially strapped and you really need to change your life? If that's the case, the best bet is not, in my opinion, to take high risk in this realm because it is a proverbial casino in a lot of ways, and you're going to pull that lever, and I'd say 95% of the time the house is going to win, and you're going to get hurt worse. I think it's best to address the issue that's causing the FOMO, if there is one, in a more real world way, if possible. If you need to figure out, pick up a second shift to take care of the bills for that month, so that you're not putting everything on your actions in crypto. What you need to be doing in this space and in Web3 is making sure that with whatever you're doing, your educated guesses and your decisions and your gambles, if you will, that is completely focused within this space and not influenced from the outside. Because when other things start to press on your decision making, is when you'll start to make mistakes. You want to make sure that everything's calculated here. You want to make sure that you let go of the FOMO, and by not having external pressure pushing you to make crazy decisions, you won't f up. So I would say, in short, is that you really just need to realize that there will be another chance. Not everything is going to hit, and you just need to take small chances. If you want to pursue the FOMO of something, only leverage enough to where it's not going to knock you out of the game. So, if you were going to go 100% in, go 25% in. And you can only do that, four times. So keep that in mind. If you're doing 25% every time, eventually if you try to hit four different wins, you're going to be out of the game and priced out. So you want to go much lower in those decisions. Now, the other thing I'll say really quick is that to make it big, you do have to go big too. Totally counterintuitive to what I just said, right? And in order to make those decisions, in order to hit those, we have to loop back to what I said before is having a solid circle, having time in the space, not rushing your decisions, and all of that will allow for you to make the right choice and to make the right play. So give yourself time. If you're new to this space and you're feeling FOMO, it's not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to get more prolific. There's going to be more opportunity, more advancements. So take your time, breathe, and leverage what you can afford to lose, and build up your circle so that when you do make a decision to invest in something, we won't use the I word, to allocate some funds into something, you're doing it with a sense of knowledge and experience as opposed to the feeling of FOMO. Hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, it definitely did. And I like one thing you said, and I saw Wananda also said. or no, sorry, that was Sabrina said, this is not the last chance that I'll have. I'll paste this on my wall. I definitely agree with that. I really like that. Because I mean, that's kind of like the big piece of FOMO. It's like you think, oh, this is my only chance to do this. And it's very atypical that it will be kind of your only chance.